Hey everyone, Tom here with Dungeon Cat Gaming, and we're going to do another box opening today. We have here a box of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This is the standard set that was released in April of 2024. Cowboy themed, and plenty of villains and bad guys to go around. So let's crack into this thing and see what's inside. If you haven't already, please give us a follow. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to ring that bell so you're notified whenever one of these videos go up or one of our gameplay videos go up as well. So we'll see you when we start cracking. So this is a play booster box. We have 36 packs. They are 14 card packs. In the set before this, they released the concept of the play booster. It was meant to combine the set and draft boosters, so you'd have list cards as well as more alternates and whatnot. But with Thunder Junction, because they were intentionally planning to do a follow-up set like the 2023 Aftermath for March of the Machine, they had to course correct a little bit after Aftermath didn't do well. So instead of the list, we have the big scorecards, which are kind of its own mini set within the set. So let's go ahead and start cracking. We have a treasure token. I always like to go from the back first, just because we don't want to spoil the rare. We have throw from the saddle. They introduced mounts, which was kind of like a mini vehicle mechanic. Quilled Charger. Armored Armadillo. Black Snag Buzzard. Conduit Pylons. Harrier Strix. Fake Your Own Death. Outlaw Stitcher. Hollow Marauder. Bovine Intervention. First rare is 3 Steps Ahead, which counters. Creates tokens, and you can draw and discard a card. Terminal Agony is our showcase. They did cards in like a newspaper format, which is kind of fun. Boneyard Desecrator and an Island. I'm just gonna give a moment to show that off because that's beautiful. These lands were really well done. Next pack we have an art card. We'll see what that is shortly. Vraska joins up, and it's signed. Discerning Peddler. Another Armored Armadillo. Hard Bristle Bandit, a mana dork. That untaps when you commit a crime. That actually is something I want to touch on real quick. They introduced the concept of committing crimes. Basically, anything that targets an opponent is committing a crime. And they wanted to retroactively make it mechanical so that older cards were allowed to be used for committing crimes. So, Bristlepack Sentry. Another Harrier Strix. Black Snag Buzzard. This town ain't big enough. I actually think this is the first time I've seen this card. Spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a permanent you control. Return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Mike is laughing because I...
What's a Narget?
I said Narget.
What's a Narget?
I'm going to apologize. I'm not fully caffeinated, so I'm just going to drink my brain juice here real quickly. Shepherd of the Clouds. Magebane Lizard. Emergent Haunting. Karavek the Punisher. Whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. If you do, you lose 2 life. Hypothesizzle. I always thought that was a funny named card. And a Tumbleweed Rising. Plot. So this was one of the mechanics that I really wanted to showcase here. You have the base cost up top. You also have the plot cost down here. If you use the plot cost, you play it into exile first, and then you can play it on a later turn. It does go face up, so opponents will see what's coming, but you get a free spell on a later turn. So, and then a Plains. Of course, Oko was the poster child for this set. He was putting together a crew for a heist. And they've got some great outlets if you want to look into more of the story. We have another art card, Oko with an elk. The ringleader, actually. So that's the actual art for Oko. That's kind of cool. Primal Naturalist. Highway Robbery. I'm surprised that wasn't a card name already in Magic. Stagecoach Security. Raven of the Fell Omens. Bristlepack Sentry. Spring Splasher. Silver Deputy. Badlands Revival. Beast Bond Outcaster. Forsaken Miner. Hell to Pay. Deals X damage to target creature. Create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to the amount of excess damage to that creature this way. Humiliate. Sandstorm Verge. I also brought back a lot of stuff with deserts. And Lonely Arroyo. I think these are commonly being referred to as the crime lands. So you had the cycle of the gain lands, which gained a life, but they came in tapped and could add one of 2 colors. These were dealing a damage to an opponent, or yeah, to a target opponent. So kind of a neat way to build in crimes in the set. Great way to showcase it. Do it on your non-basic lands. We have Outcaster Trailblazer art card, also signed. Feel free to leave a comment if you know if any of those are actually worth anything. We don't know how to price them, so. Giant Beaver. Insert your Primus jokes there. Rodeo Pyromancers. Sterling Supplier. Consuming Ashes. Sterling Hound. Daring Thunder Thief. A turtle. Cunning Coyote. Or Coyote, depending on who you talk to. Blood Hustler. Brimstone Roundup. They also introduced the Mercenary tokens, where you could tap to give creatures you control +1/+0 at sorcery speed. Bucolic Ranch. And Lila Undefeated Slick Shot. Fling! I forgot that got a reprint. That is some great artwork on it, though. Mystical Tether. So, just kind of a filler card. Hard Bristle Bandit. That was the mana dork earlier. Restless Lackey. The other thing they Introduced was the mechanic of Outlaws. Outlaws were rogues, pirates, assassins, and mercenaries. Were all outlaws, so kind of a unofficial subtype. Vault Plunderer. Trained Aranax. Take for a Ride. Marauding Sphinx. Shifting Grift. Hellspur Brute. And Breaches. For those of you that are fans of the Ixalan setting, Breaches is native to Ixalan. Loves his explosions. And this is our first big scorecard. That is the symbol for it. It's got like a little vault door on it. Hostile Investigator. ETB, target opponent discards a card. Whenever one or more players discard one or more cards, investigate. This ability only triggers once each turn. Murder! You know that was going to be a headline card. And Rustler Rampage. And then Eroded Canyon. That's the Izzet Crime Land. That is the new artwork for Archangel of Tithes. I kind of like that more than the older one, but I also grew up on John Wayne movies, so let me know which artwork you guys prefer. We have Inventive Wingsmith. That was a fun card to use in Limited. Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Also another great Limited card there. Quilled Charger again. Wanted Griffin. Daring Thunder Thief. Consuming Ashes. Outlaws Fury. Scalestorm Summoner. Creates himself dinosaur tokens for those of you that like dinosaurs. Luxurious Locomotive. Looks like something out of... the artwork looks a little more out of the Kaladesh block than Thunder Junction, but maybe that's just me. Gold Rush, another one that you knew was going to be in here. And then we have the first of our Fastland reprints, Botanical Sanctum. Back for More. Foil Vault Plunderer. And a Jagged Barrens. There's your dinosaur token. Highway Robbery, Stagecoach Security, Giant Beaver, Trained Arynx, Jin of Fool's Fall, Vault Plunderer, Quick Draw, Longhorn Sharpshooter, Make Your Own Luck, another great limited card, Betrayal at the Vault, Cool, the Unrepentant. Such a fun card for those that are playing a Corvold deck. You're already creating enough creature tokens, might as well get free creatures off of it. Skewer the Critics. A foil Stoic Sphinx. And a foil Full Art Mountain. That's pretty. So the token in this one was the Golem token from, I believe, Ultec Matterweaver. Another big scorecard. Bridled Bighorn. Another giant beaver. Restless Lackey. Conduit Pylons. Spring Splasher. Vault Plunderer. Vial Smasher. I definitely prefer the other version of Vial Smasher than I do this version, but this version she cares more about Outlaws anyways, so. Nurturing Pixie. Sandstorm Verge. Servant of the Stinger. That's kind of a fun way to tutor. I never actually have seen that card. Railway Brawler. There's a fun hit there. Pest Infestation. That's a great reprint there. Hard Bristle Bandit. And a Mountain. So far, some fun stuff, but nothing too crazy. Art card for Path to Exile, okay. Iron Fist Pulverizer. Throw from the Saddle. Mine Raider. Stop Cold. Skullduggery, I think that's a reprint. Ruthless Lawbringer. Prairie Dog. Rise of the Varmints. Requisition Raid. The Key to the Vault. So it's a common trope for some sort of big treasure in Western movies and games and stuff like that. Transition Vista. As ETBs, choose a color. Tap to add 1 mana of the chosen color. Tap for each color among colored permanents you control. Add 1 mana of that color. Tarnation Vista, excuse me. Grindstone. And then Jailbreak Scheme. And the Plains. So that pack was interesting. Transition Vista is a good monocolored card. We have Bo, the Ox, which is for Bonnie Paul, their version of Paul Bunyan. We have Sterling Keykeeper, Patient Naturalist, Rodeo Pyromancers, Sterling Hound, Razzle Dazzler. Lots of rhyming and alliterative names in this set. Very easy to get tongue-tied, as you've already seen. Raven of the Fell Omens, Ankle Biter, Baron Bertram Greywater, Unscrupulous Contractor, Shoot the Sheriff, but don't shoot the deputy. Bonus points if anybody gets a reference, you get a virtual cookie. Smuggler's Surprise, and Bedevil, and a foil Requisition Raid, and the Full Art Island. There's your Ox. Just a basic Ox token. Snakeskin Veil, that's definitely a reprint. Explosive Derailment. Tumbleweed Rising, Peerless Rope Master, Oasis Gardener, a Mana Dork for Scarecrows, which I was very excited to see running a Scarecrow deck myself. Take Up the Shield, Corrupted Conviction, Nimble Brigand, Bounding Felidar, Boombox. Not the boombox I grew up with, that's for sure. One Last Job. Card that'll pull stuff from your graveyard. Another Murder. Fleeting Reflection. And a Swamp. Oh, that art's pretty. They did a great job with the showcase lands. In my own personal opinion, I wasn't as big a fan of the Eldraine ones, but I liked the Ixalan ones because they looked like novel, covers from novels that were talking about, landscapes and whatnot. And then the Karlov Manor full art lands were cityscapes, so this was kind of a nice feature. Zombie Rogue, Rodeo Pyromancers, Sterling Supplier, Dance of the Tumbleweeds, Sterling Hound, Daring Thunder Thief, Consuming Ashes, Overzealous Muscle, Rakish Crew, Outcaster Greenblade, Fleeting Reflection, Outcaster Trailblazer. Gives you a mana back when you play them, which is kind of fun, especially if you plot them, because then you don't actually spend any mana on them. Decisive Denial, Betrayal at the Vault, a foil of Betrayal at the Vault, and Eroded Canyon. So we're about a third of the way through this box. Remember, this is going to go by faster than a little slower than a set box because it is 36 packs. We have an Elemental, looks like a boar. Dance of the Tumbleweeds, Discerning Peddler, Bridled Bighorn, Boneyard Desecrator, Take Up the Shield, Slickshot Vault Buster, Overzealous Muscle, Aloe Alchemist. Yeah, they introduced the plant people in this too, so. Another Rise of the Varmints, Servant of the Stinger. Rakdos joins up. When it ETBs, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. When a legendary creature you control dies, it deals damage equal to that creature's power to target opponent. Back for more. Sterling Keykeeper and a Swamp. They had the legendary enchantments of all the crew joining up from Oko's crew. It was Rakdos from Ravnica, Breaches and Malcolm from Ixalan, Gisa and Geralf from Innistrad. Let's see if I can name the full crew. Vraska was involved. There was Ariette from Eldraine, Satoru Umezawa from Kamigawa, and Karavek the Punisher from Dominaria. So Oko got some pretty big names from Magic's lore. We have the art card for Lone Shark, which is probably the funniest card in the set. Cactarantula, Thunder Salvo, Ariette's Lullaby, Slickshot Vault Buster, Ambush Gigapede, Quick Draw, at Knife Point, Getaway Glamour, Shackle Singer, Riku of Many Paths. When you cast a Moto spell, choose up to X, where X is the number of times you choose a mode for that spell. You exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play it. Put a +1/+1 counter on them, and they gain trample until end of turn. Or create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying. That's kind of a fun one. Collector's Cage. That's another fun one. Yeah, I'm losing cards here. Savage Smash. That's a crime. Gotta report it. Overzealous Muscle and Lonely Arroyo. Another treasure token. Iron Fist Pulverizer. Bridled Bighorn. Spinewoods Paladin. Wanted Griffin. Spring Splasher. Raven of Fell Omens. Ankle Biter. Metamorphic Blast. Bandit's Hall. That's kind of an interesting mana rock. Intrepid Stable Master. Step Between Worlds. Kind of a fun restock card that you could plot. Path to Exile and Thunder Salvo. And then a foil Plains. Getting to about the halfway point here. So far, definitely some fun hits. For sure, I think the biggest one is the Collector's Cage so far, but I could be wrong. Another filler card. I wish they'd just replace those with more tokens. Explosive Derailment. Snakeskin Veil. Iron Fist Pulverizer. Mirage Mesa. Wanted Griffin. Jin of Fool's Fall. Ankle Biter. Prairie Dog. Wrangler of the Damned. Raucous Entertainer. Malcolm the Eyes, the other native of Ixalan from the crew. Fierce Retribution. A Quilled Charger. And a Forlorn Flats. There's your mercenary token. Other notable hits for the set there, or that could be included in the set, there's the Vaultborn Tyrant off the big score sheet, as well as the Terror of the Peaks reprint, and Goldvein Hydra, which creates charge of tokens when you play him. Or when he dies, I can't remember. Voracious Varmint. Trickshot. Sterling Supplier. Mirage Mesa. Desert's Dew. Jailbreak Scheme. Miriam Herd Whisperer. If you ever wanted to make a mount and vehicle deck. Unfortunate Accident. Rustler Rampage. Omenport Vigilante. Slick Shot Show Off. Essence Capture. Another Vile Smasher. And another Shiny Forest. Ooh, the Pest Infestation art card. Snakeskin Veil. Quilled Charger, throw from the saddle, take up shield. Slick Shot Vault Buster, Boneyard Desecrator, Slick Shot Lockpicker, gives stuff in your graveyard flashback. Honest Rutstein. I'm actually going to pull him aside because I have a Corval deck that he'd go well in. Full Steam Ahead. Visage Bandit, Calamity, Galloping Inferno. Creates tokens of non-legendary creatures that saddled it. Outlaws Merriment, reprint of a card from the original Eldraine, referencing the Robin Hood and his merry men. Resilient Roadrunner. Yes, that art goes in conjunction with the Cunning Coyote. And a mountain. And we have an Annie Flash art card. Annie Flash was introduced in this set. She had already been spent some time on Thunder Junction, and her characterization was styled off of the North American, the Navajo Nation, I think, was what her styling was. Sterling Keykeeper, Cactarantula, Trick Shot, Desert Stew. There's the Lone Shark. Just such a weird card, but it's great. Oasis Gardener, Corrupted Conviction, Plan the Heist, Prosperity Tycoon, Binding Negotiation, Aven Interrupter, Heartless Pillage, Highway Robbery, and Lush Oasis. Blood Token. That's kind of a cool blood token. I don't think I've seen that one before. Usually you just have the ones from Crimson Vow where they're in the little vials. Reach for the Sky. You always have to say it like that. It's the rules. I don't make them up. Deadeye Duelist. I think that's a reprint. Steer Clear. Take the Fall. Boneyard Desecrator. Geyser Drake. Overzealous Muscle. Jolene, Plundering Pugilist. Lassoed by the Law, Arid Archway. Vraska the Silencer. Buried in the Garden. Gold Pan. And a forest. Copy token. That's actually kind of a trippy artwork on that one. Trick Shot. Ariet's Lullaby, Voracious Varmint, Razzle Dazzler, Desert Stew, Jailbreak Scheme, Getaway Glamour. Just organizing my piles here for a moment. Ruthless Lawbringer, Shackle Slinger. I like the art on that one, actually. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Just kind of throwing them out. Free Strider Lookout. Gold Vein Hydra, there's a hit. And it's when it dies, it creates a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to its power. Oko, Thief of Crowns. That's another hit. The card that broke Eldraine's standard. And Double Down. Whenever you cast an Outlaw spell, copy that spell. I always miss Warlocks when I mention the Outlaw kind of pseudo subtype. And then a Swamp. So that one was definitely the star pack of the box so far. We have a Vampire Rogue token with lifelink. Thunder Salvo, Sterling Keykeeper, Keck Tarantula, Vengeful Townsfolk, Skullduggery, Lone Shark, Unscrupulous Contractor at Knife Point, Red Rock Sentinel, Requisition Raid, Duelist of the Mind, Vanishing Verse, Tomb Trawler, and Eroded Canyon. Getting to about 2/3 of the way here. There's the Pest token for Pest Infestation. Free Strider Commando. Irascible Wolverine. I think that's how you pronounce that. Regardless, I learned a new word today. Holy cow. You also have to say that card that way because that's how Harry Carey did it. Vengeful Townsfolk, Rooftop Assassin, Lone Shark, Silver Deputy, Crom Violent Cacophony, Rictus Rubber, Caught in the Crossfire, Laughing Jasper Flint, Skullcrack, Great Burn Guard, Outlaws Fury, and Bristling Backwoods. Skullcrack was the Return to Ravnica block, I believe. Fun fact, at the time, I was one of the few people... I was playing Maze's End Turbo Fog when everybody was playing big, stompy monsters, and that was one of the few ways that you could actually interact with my deck in the meta. Lazav, Familiar Stranger. Ariet's Lullaby, Voracious Varmint. Explosive Derailment. Skullduggery. Jailbreak Scheme. Razzle Dazzler. Frontier Seeker, Gem Lightfoot, Sky Explorer, Mobile Homestead. I want to go back to this one. I'm trying to remember the colors for... I don't think it'll work. But I was... Although it would work for the 10th and 11th Doctor, because you're doing a lot of suspend shenanigans. Just a fun free tip. Inspiring Vantage. Bristlebud Farmer. That's actually kind of a fun one. Indomitable Creativity. I think that's big in Pioneer right now. Mirage Mesa. And Jagged Barrens. I have the Spirit token. Another, holy cow. Pow. Reach for the Sky. Thunder Salvo, Ambush Gigapede, Peerless Rope Master, Vengeful Townsfolk, Spinewood's Armadillo. He's a big boy. Intimidation Campaign. Return the Favor, Resilient Roadrunner. Claim Jumper, I really like this card. White has the catch-up on lands pseudo mechanic, and this one you could do it multiple times as long as they're more... This one was designed with Commander in mind, I'm pretty sure. Fell the Mighty. And Dust Bowl. And then Abraded Bluffs. Drover Grizzly. Prickly Pear. Inventive Wingsmith. Failed Fording. Nezumi Linkbreaker. Seize the Secrets. Cactus Folk Sure Shot. So their way to get around guns in the setting was introducing thunder rifles and thunder pistols. And I think they kind of nailed the idea behind it. Kind of cool. Gila Courser, or Gila Courser, depending on how you pronounce the first word there. Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Deep Muck Desperado, the Return of the Homerids. For those of you that have been playing since the Homelands block. Rush of Dread. Journey to Nowhere. Fake Your Own Death. And a Forest. Another Vampire Rogue token. Prickly Pear, Steer Clear, Reach for the Sky, Take the Fall, Nezumi Linkbreaker, Peerless Rope Master, Unfortunate Accident, Eartha Joe, Frontier Mentor, Sandstorm Verge, Seraphic Steed, Lotus Ring. Turns creatures into black lotuses. Abrupt Decay. Armored Armadillo. And Soured Springs. Including this one, we got 9 more packs left. We are on the home stretch. And an art card of Stingerback Terror. The Scorpion Dragon, which was kind of a neat way to do dragons in the set. Another Wolverine, Outlaw Medic, Free Strider Commando, Oasis Gardener, Ambush Gigapede, Geyser Drake, Overzealous Muscle, Bounding Felidar, Baron Bertram Greywater, Shoot the Sheriff, Ty Joaquin, Perfect Shot, Hypothesizzle, Trick Shot, and Bristling Backwoods. I don't know about you guys, but every time I see Hypothesizzle, my thought goes to Snoop Dogg. I'll just leave it at that. Fractured Identity art card. Mine Raider, Mystical Tether, Gold Pan, Phantom Interference, Mourner's Surprise, Canyon Crab, Demonic Ruckus, featuring Rakdos doing his thing, Treasure Dredger. I'm going to pull that aside. I could use that in Corvold. Ornery Tumblewag. Gired, Mirror of the Wilds. Makes copies of... or non-token creatures can make copies of tokens that you have. Pest Control. Humiliate. Lively Dirge. And a Plains. Skullcrack art. Inventive Wingsmith, Tumbleweed Rising, Prickly Pear, Nizumi Linkbreaker, Seize the Secrets, Phantom Interference, Slick Sequence, Ferification, Lava Spur Boots, kind of the new version of the new cheap poor man's Lightning Greaves. Jace Reawakened. Port Razor. Combo card in Pirate decks. Tyrant's Scorn. Nizumi Linkbreaker and Creosote Heath. Really getting down to the end here. We have a Sheep token and a Mountain, which I'm just going to throw in the lands pile now. Holy cow! Reach for the Sky. That's the second time I've done that, or had that combination back to back. Deadeye Duelist, Geyser Drake, Mirage Mesa, Desert's Dew, Ferification, Spinewood's Armadillo, Mobile Homestead, another Akul, Territory Forge, Detention Sphere, Rooftop Assassin. Another Mercenary token and a Forest. I'm just going to throw the Forest on the pile, land pile there. Reckless Lackey, Outlaw Medic, Patient Naturalist, Conduit Pylons, Stop Cold, Desperate Bloodseeker, Fake Your Own Death. That is a reprint. Great card, though. Lively Dirge, Congregation Griff, Thunder Lasso, Fortune, Loyal Steed, Commandeer, and then Giant Beaver. A shiny Giant Beaver. Drover Grizzly, Deadeye Duelist, Rooftop Assassin, Geyser Drake, Mirage Mesa, Silver Deputy. Don't shoot him, he's not the sheriff. Form a Posse, Scorching Shot, Trash the Town, Caustic Bronco, Annie Flash, Tornado, Badlands Revival, and a Bristling Backwoods. Down to the last 3 here, so even though I'll be done when this gets posted, send your good vibes for that. These last 3 are, you know, great packs. Kellen? No, Wiley Duke. Cool. Inventive Wingsmith, Free Strider Commando, the Wolverine, Lone Shark, Take the Fall, Boneyard Desecrator, Corrupted Conviction, Scorching Shot, Slick Sequence, Return the Favor, Outcaster Trailblazer, Essence Capture, Conduit Pylons, and the Swamp. 2 more. Treasure Token. Spinewood's Paladin, Mine Raider, Mystical Tether, Failed Fording, Mourner's Surprise, Gold Pan, Outlaw's Fury, Rattleback Apothecary, Doc Arlock, Grizzled Genius. In case you wanted to, I mean, he's a Simic bear. In case you wanted to do bears in blue-black, or blue-green, excuse me. Sheriff of Safe Passage, Kellen Joins Up, Ride Down, Daring Thunder Thief, and a Swamp. And the final pack. What's it got in store for us? A Human Cleric from the Outlaws Merriment, Free Strider Commando, the Wolverine, Steer Clear, Stop Cold, Desperate Bloodseeker, Take the Fall, Fake Your Own Death, Neutralize the Guards, Tomb Trawler, Rambling Possum, Stoic Sphinx, Repulse, Iron Fist Pulverizer, and a Forest. So, ultimately, pretty decent box. Kind of going over again. The big hits are probably, I know Commandeer's used a lot in Legacy. Port Razor, like I said, works in Pirate Commander decks. Jace is pretty good. I think maybe Pest Control. Abrupt Decay is always a good removal spell. Lotus Ring for sure. This pack, it was Oko, Gold Vein Hydra, and something else, I think, for the Free Strider Lookout and Vraska. So that all was in one pack. That was pretty good. And then the Collector's Cage. So, and again, maybe the Pest Infestation. I don't know what that version is sitting at, but I know the original version is at like 10 or 12 bucks. So, thank you for joining us on this ride. We will see you next time. And remember, be sure to ring that bell so that you see whenever we get a video up for you guys, as well as follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dungeon Cat Gaming. Just remember, we do this for you guys because we are gamers. We do this because it's for gamers, by gamers, and stop on in and play a game with us sometime soon. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.